I realized that most people avoid hard things not because they are lazy, because if I look at myself, I'm not a lazy person, but at the same time, I rarely do something that is actually hard. So the problem is not that. The problem is that the mind is built to always choose the easiest path because it's more convenient. Because if you choose the easiest path, you need less effort, you risk less, and so your possibility, the chances of failing are a lot less. So it's very convenient. And I noticed it by looking at my life, at the areas of my life where I'm not going anywhere. I'm a trader, I trade Forex, and I see that in my journey to becoming a profitable trader, I'm not going anywhere. In my content creation journey, because I create content online, I'm not going anywhere. But even in general, as a person that lives and connects in the world, I realized that I'm kinda in the same place as I was yesterday, the past week, the past month. And the reason is that in all these areas, I unconsciously choose the most comfortable option. For example, I avoid the analysis of the charts when I'm too tired, or I don't publish that video because I don't like how it turns out, or because I fear the judgment of others. I rarely do the things that scares me, even in the little things, like I don't take the first step to connect with someone new or reconnect with an old friend, and the result is always the same. I stay stuck. The life I'm living has nothing that I'm truly proud of. And I've understood that the reason is exactly this. I choose the easy option instead of the hard one every time I can. And this keeps my life looking the same. So in a way that I don't like and I want to change. But at the same time that I keep choosing anyway. Because the thing is this, doing hard things doesn't make you better just because you complete them. It makes you better because you choose them, and that is different. Because every time you choose the hard option instead of the easy one, you push your limits a little further. You learn something that you don't know how to do. You become someone that is capable of doing something that you couldn't do before. And that person, that improved version of yourself, naturally starts to aim higher. So it's like a self-feeding circle. You do hard things and you improve. Your goal rise. You do even harder things. You improve even more, and this keep going. It's not about arriving somewhere. It's about becoming someone who can get there. That's the whole point. And obviously, this isn't something that I realized today or I figured out recently. But before, I simply thought that I was already doing enough. The problem is that as the years go by, the situation stayed the same, and I notice more and more the gap that there is between what I do and what it actually takes to improve. Not because I see better, but because the result from the way I do things right now aren't coming. With trading, for example, I follow the system, I do the analysis, I keep my journal, but how do I do it? With what dedication, discipline, and seriousness? I mean, am I truly trying to improve? Am I truly trying to give my best, or I'm doing it just because? Even with social media and content creation in general, it's the same thing. Am I publishing consistently? Am I analyzing which videos perform better so I can replicate them? I mean, yes, but how much effort I'm using? Again, I am doing things just to do them, or I truly trying to improve? Because there is a big difference. Because the fact is that I spent the last 2 years trading without understanding what I was doing wrong. I published the videos for over 2 years with almost no results, and every time I stop to figure it out what's not working, the answer is always the same. I'm avoiding something difficult that I should be doing, because every time I just prefer to do the easy path, the easy choice, because it's more comfortable. And to be completely honest, there is one thing that I'm proud of right now, and is the fact that I notice it, that I realize that I can do more than what is comfortable for me, and it is this awareness that gives me the possibility to see that I have room to improve, and therefore, by extension, to be able to reach the reality and the life that I truly want to live. And in general, I do things that there are three major areas that almost anyone can start doing hard things. The first is choosing a difficult skill to learn, something that requires time, practice, and some kind of tolerance for frustration, like a language, an instrument, trading, programming, something like that. Something that you are bad at the beginning and you have to accept that. Something that you are not good at just because it's new. The second is something that related to the body, so something physical that's require daily discipline, like running, going to the gym, or a sport in general. And that not because the body is more important than the mind, but just because choosing every day to do something that is physically difficult train the same part of your brain that you will need for everything else, because it's the same kind of discipline, the same kind of tolerance, the same kind of endurance that you can then use in everything else. And the third is social exposure, doing something that scares you to do in front of others, like talking to a stranger, publish a video, taking a stance on something in public, because this perhaps is the hardest one, not because it's harder, but just because you are not alone with yourself, so there are other people that can judge you. So it's a different environment, it's a different kind of hard kind of situation. And for me, as I said, the 3 R's are for the skills, trading and content creation. Not because content creation is exactly something that is hard on default, but just because right now I'm doing it in English. That is not my main language, as you can tell, because I'm Italian. So it's harder for me. I have to learn a language and at the same time doing videos. And as for the skill side, for the body, I actually want to go back to running because I stopped a few months ago, or maybe taking the gym and nutrition more seriously. And for the third things, the social area, I want to actively start building connection with people who share the same interest, both online and in person, without always waiting for others to do it first. So even though I still have in my head the desire to have results right now, like immediately, if possible, I obviously don't know where they will come. But what I know is that if every day I choose the hard option instead of the easy one, I will become someone with more chances of getting them. So do hard things, not because they are easy, but because it's the only way to become someone who can have the life they want. And that's it.